Good morning, everybody. My name is Jessie if you are new around here, and welcome to the day in the life of a music teacher. So this morning is pretty chill. I do not have morning duty, so that is super nice. I am just gonna get ready for the day. I had new round of classes yesterday. That was the first day after Thanksgiving, and that was a whirlwind. Like, I did not even sign into my email till literally the end of the day. I was like, I never even checked my email all day long. So if that tells you anything, it was just a whirlwind. But I feel like I have some time this morning to kind of make sure everything is in order. So that is what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I pretty much have gotten this morning. I emailed my custodian because we're having a little mini rehearsal, dress rehearsals next week. So I asked him to put the risers up a little bit early because I want them to be able to have that experience on the risers, and especially for my fourth graders, it not being their first time ever, during the concert. So I emailed him, and I'm just finalizing up my lessons. So I will show you a few things that I am doing, and then I think I'm gonna start decorating my classroom for Christmas. So I do the holidays. I know everyone's across the board. Some people don't do any holiday talk, or I'm one of those that I just talk about them all. So right now this week I'm doing some Hanukkah stuff. Next week I'm gonna do Nutcracker, Christmas. I try and throw in some Kwanzaa and also Diwali. So I try and kind of keep it around the board, talk about them all, because there's just so many great music things that go along with it. And so I'm just one of those teachers. I love it. So checking you guys in just a little bit, but let me show you first what I am doing with my lessons. Okay, so here are my lesson slides. If you ever wonder how I do Google Slides, I actually have a whole YouTube video on it, but for my 5th graders and 4th graders and 3rd graders, I'm doing a folk dance called Zemratik, which I might be saying it wrong, but it is such a fun one. I really recommend it. It is Israeli folk dance. Doesn't, per se have to do with Hanukkah, but it's just fun to throw in an Israeli folk dance around this time. I am also doing reindeer rhythms, so let me show you guys over here. So I have these beach balls, or it's reindeer rhythms, and I think Amy Abbott, good old Amy Abbott, talked about it, but you can get these from Oriental Trading. They're so cute. But on the back, I write different rhythms. I think these are all just ta and tt. I think it has a rest, yeah. And so what I do is I have the kids race over, they grab a reindeer beach ball, and then I put 4 stools out that they sit in, and then the class will read it, and they'll be in lines, and then they will go to the back of the line, and the next 4 kids will come grab a beach ball. So it's always kind of a random rhythm because they're all grabbing different ones. So this is the video that I use for the process for Zemratik. Rob Anshin is just an Orff god, and I love all his videos, but he actually shows his process, which I really appreciate in his videos. He's teaching music ed majors, and so he's teaching them just like the kids, and you get to see his whole entire process, and he has a great one for this folk dance. It is lunchtime right now. My morning lessons went pretty well. I don't think my kids are quite back into school mode yet. Yesterday and today was a little tough. It's really weird. I had some really good moments where I feel like the kids are kind of back and focused and refreshed from the break, and then I have other moments where I'm like, man, we need to go back and review rules, what is happening. So I don't know, it's been interesting. It's been keeping me on my toes, to say the least. But yeah, most of the time this folk dance I've been doing, and I've been calling Zemratik, it is the process he has is your hands out, and that you're supposed to keep one in and then one like a pizza pie, but it's a pita pie because it's from Israel, and then you put your hand out and touch the person's in front, their hand here, and that makes a circle. And it's not actually worked for me, which it worked so beautifully for him, but I think it's still the lefts and rights. So I did finally with another group, and that just leads to a lot of confusion and talking, and they don't get it. And so I think that's where I've lost some groups. So I have done it where I just go, okay, put one hand like that, we made a circle, and I say, okay, keep following you're walking in your circle. Okay, take your hand that's closest inside the circle, put it out like this. Okay, put your other hand on top of the other person's in front of you. And then it was a lot easier for them to figure that out. They also really love the music. They were, especially my 3rd graders, they were like, this is the funnest music ever. So that was really cool. Everything else went really well. I didn't get to my reindeer rhythms game. I'm gonna have to push that back to next time, but I feel like the life. I always over plan because I never want to be like, okay, so we did everything. So I'm gonna have to push that back, which they were bummed. But the other thing that I did that I really liked, you guys, is, so I have a class set of dreidels. These were like 10 bucks on Amazon. There's 30 of them in there, but I like to sing the dreidel song. But to have them do, you know, the stuff with the dreidels, I wanted to still stay very music centered. And while I love the game and it's fun and it has a time and place, for in here, what I do with them is I show them how, this is with my second graders, but you could honestly do this with anybody. But you learn the dreidel song. I have a ladle, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then I shall play. I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then I shall her review it, and then you show them the dreidel, talk about the sides, talk about how to spin it. And then what I had the kids do is they had to spin theirs and sing the dreidel song, and it's one of those things that they're trying to see how long their top can spin while they sing the dreidel song and see how far they can go. So I'll be like, okay, we got down to dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay, and when it stops. And so I can say, okay, clay is your word to beat. So you're gonna spin it again, you're gonna sing again, and see if you can get farther through the song. And so they have a really nice, like, they really get into it and want to, and I just see them constantly spinning, singing, spinning, singing, because they want to try and get through the whole entire song with their dreidels still going.
I made it out of clay.
So it's really fun to just, first of all, just let them spin the dreidel because they get a kick out of it. But then second of all, it keeps them singing the song over and over and keeping it a little bit more music centered. So that's something I did with the second grade, and I've done this for a couple years, and it's always like a winner. Like I almost am like, am I just gonna like keep this an annual thing with all my students because they enjoy it so much. So I'm about to get prepped and ready for my afternoon classes, but can we just take a moment and just appreciate this cuteness? I'm so proud of this organizer. I don't know why, I just always am like constantly changing up my format for my lessons, but this is like just for December, but I just love Elf so much that I just had to include him in on my planning. Okay, that's all. Check in with you after school. I made it. It is the end of the day. Woo, I gave myself a pep talk during lunch, and I was like, no, Jessie, you could do this. And then my afternoon went a lot better. I feel like sometimes you just like, you're just like, oh, I just don't want to remind a kid about that one more time. And like you kind of get like a little stuck sometimes. And so I just had to like give myself a little pep talk, and I got back in there, and it was a much better afternoon. I wanted to share with you guys for kindergarten. So I'm doing kind of Hanukkah themed lessons, and with them, it's a really cute, I have just 8 cutouts of like a flame, and they're like the menorah. So there's this cute little song, it's in game plan. It's like, one little candle burn, burn, or no. Oh, I'm getting all my Hanukkah songs mixed up. It's one little candle burning bright, one little candle, it's Hanukkah tonight. And so what they'll do is I'll pick 8 kids to represent the candle, and I'll give them each a little flame. And then I will come around and I'll line them up in a line. They sit down, and I will like light them. I will be the servant candle. So I'll light them and I'll say one little candle, and whoever that is stands up and they go like this. And so there's 8 of them that are like this by the end of the song. And it's just the cutest thing ever. So really cute. Try that out for game plan. I'm sure you could use a different song also if you don't have game plan, but you can have them be the little menorah. So I'm gonna get out of here. I need to get some of these plastic candy canes. I am doing something for choir with that, and I realized I don't have enough. I need like 5 more. I also need to get paper plates because I'm gonna do paper plates with the nutcracker tomorrow, or no, not tomorrow, the next day. So that is gonna wrap it up for the day. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.